the follow-up. Trading in my 2 other metal dragons for more max metal options. And a way to trade them in between each other. Still using the regular Metalmorph, but it's good. It's even more searchable, and it works with Slash Dragon. You're going to see. Yeah, not too good having my 2 normal summon cards in the same hand. While also having cards of the red stone with no level 7. I would not doubt that that's Dynamorphy over there. The way they're setting. Yeah, I can get that level 7. Though I'm probably not going to be tributing the Metal Claws. Instead, I would go for setting it and tributing this. So really, neither of these I will be... What's going on? I cannot special summon what? You're going to declare Fullmetal? Or you're going to go with Claws? Claws would be pretty good. I see. Good call. Yeah, it's Dynamorphia. They like paying their life points, and they also like Zark. So maybe I will be trading in Metal Claws for cards of the Redstone. Oh no, I still can't summon it. So even if I send it to the grave and then use Gearfried. Oh, that's my hand anyway. I have no cards. Cards of the Redstone. There's more uses for Metal Claw than you could possibly imagine. What's happening here? Oh, they're summoning the upgraded form. Not really sure what it does. Oh, they move this. When you're... Oh, they're summoning... Wait. You're summoning as many of these things as possible? Banish this card from your graveyard. So summon 1 each Pendulum Xyz. Okay. And I will be sending off Black Flare. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can activate this effect until the end of the turn. This face-up card is unaffected by opponent's monster effects against the attack, even though that monster... that's a lot to go for. Okay, let's summon Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. I'll also use Black Metal Dragon, equipping it onto Gearfried. How's that sound? Good. Brave Dragon. Negate the activated effects of monsters with 0 attack. We're not going to destroy the trap card back there. Instead, we're going to activate Gearfried's effect, tributing Black Metal to bring back Flare. Activate. Getting me Black Meteor. Activate the Black Meteor by sending off Red Eyes. There you go. Oh, I completely forgot about Ferret Flames. Okay. Yeah, that's quite the card for them. Maybe I should have destroyed it. Then I would have gotten the flare. Yeah, I ended up with less because I wanted more. I'm gonna get myself max Metalmorph. Is this once per turn each? We'll see. No, it is not once per turn each. It is spell trap card? Or is it just spell card? It's both. Why do I not stand a chance against this? They have 9,000 attack on the... my turn. I mean, it doesn't say at the end you can only use it. You can only use the effects, each effect once per turn. Or you can only use one of the effects once per turn, I mean. So, yeah. So I'll be taking damage. So I should have saved it. But now, what do I do? In such a horrible position. I drew another max Metalmorph. Is negate activation? It does negate the activation. See. So yeah, Rise Fusion. They're going to declare Dragoon. I don't have that, so this is not going to affect me at all. You think you know me, bird, but you don't. Oh yeah, there's no Dragoon. Not even in the deck. I've outplayed you. I don't have a normal... No, I do have Red Eyes in there. Let's do... Okay, whatever I send is going to be banished. You're going to be banished. And I'll banish the claws too. Comment. No effect, please. Well, that thing's not synchro summoned. This thing goes in fusion summon. Unless it counts as special summon, and it does not say that it counts as. Let's see. I will go for... Oh, obviously you. I'm just going to set both. Then my turn. We are going for it. Max Metalmorph. Let's get rid of all my defenses. Sure. The Starving Venom's already here, so it's not like they can... super polymerization us into it. Let's go in defense. Now we do have attack way higher than their life points. So. Oh, okay. His name is now Red Eyes. Because you can't target the Fullmetal. Let's see it. If I can... Uh-oh. I'm going to stop Wannabe. That one. They have 500 life points. I can't let them get one over. Okay, it's over. Almost screwed it up. But that had to be done. That had to be Dinomorphia, but they just didn't draw any Dinomorphia stuff. Just their life point related trap cards. So we check that out. Yeah. Rex turn would have been bad. Another stunning hand right here. Given I have the chance to use it. Oh, it does not look like I will. This deck can definitely stop some. Stop some, if not all, effects. Definitely one of those decks that, if you don't play hand traps, you're going to lose against. Oh. Do you really have to make me look worried for nothing? Alright, let's start with Incoming Machine. Guess that changes things. I'll just go with the max Metalmorph. Send the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard. You can target one face-up monster on the field and destroy it. Alright. Let's go ahead and use our Black Meteor. Equipping it with metal. And then a bit more metal. 3,200 attack. Let's hit him. And I think he's going to destroy Meteor. Or no, he's going to... Yeah, it is going to destroy it. That's fine. They can have some stuff back. A Metal Dragon. And another one goes off. Let's go with Soul. And Red Eye's Insight. And leave my battle phase. It's Insight. Gonna send off the... Yeah, I do have a Red Eye's normal monster in there right now. Yeah, send a Flare. Already got Fang, already got that. Go with Spirit. Now let's set some cards. Am I just doing it right away? I'm gonna hold off on it. Let's hope my 3 face down cards don't get destroyed. Are we really barking right now? Okay, we stopped. Yeah, DML star. Of course. Of course it is. Welcome to every deck. That's special summon. That was an normal summon. Yeah, get your card. Mm-hmm. So these cards are in a museum. That's what I can see from that. They're out the soul. How's the soul? I will save my soul. I will special summon. Great. I'll go with Archfiend Lightning. Because I think I want to Metalmorph it. Metalmorph. Into Metalzoa X. Which is actually going to be better. Because they're going to try to... never mind. They're going into a Synchro monster. Card special summoned. Artifact activated that targets this card on the field. When this card is targeted for an attack, send a fire monster. Banish this card till the end phase, and you can special summon that thing. Okay. A Noble Arms Museum. Yeah, so yeah, it is a museum. We're just... It's either the cards are based off of museum pieces, or they are museum pieces of the people that were there before. You're equipping this... You're equipping this to my black... Wow. Okay. I can't get rid of my soul. Nope, still got nothing on that. Oh, and what do you do when you are equipped? This card is an equipped card. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. I suppose that's not too bad. I probably should just equip Fang with Chain by now. Maybe I should do that upon the next card effect. If someone's summoning. Yep, Duel Star. Now it is time, Zoa. Destroy Duel Star. I know what I just said, but it's a mystery right now. They don't know. They don't know what I have. Oh, I thought that I had to send Duel Star, but apparently not. Oh, I didn't read what this was going to do. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Suppose it's somewhat well protected. Am I really gonna draw two of the same thing? Okay. Let's use Black Meteor. I cannot respond to that with Metalzoa. Ah, man. Yeah, this means we do lose our attack boost. And our protections. That's rough. Alright, Red Ice Fusion. It's going through. It's going through. And I'm going to summon Slash Dragon. For extra safety. Let's go Slash. I'm going to equip this Fang with Chain to you. Now it activates Red Ice Soul to burn them for 28. And then, since I control Max Metalmorph, I can switch this thing to attack position. So it doesn't matter if it can't be destroyed. In fact, I'm going to get 2 attacks on it because of Fang with Chain. Let's battle. Attack with Slash. Slash effect. Getting gear free. Summon you can activate. Oh, and this thing's targeted for attack and it also banish itself. Oh, it's special summons? Oh, Roland. Wait. Banish this card. Then. Okay, so they have to do that in order to get the effect. So I'm going to steal it now. Oh no, I did that wrong. They have to add and then they can do it. That's what it was trying to tell me. So they can still summon whoever. Yep, continue to attack. So X. That's your win. Way to go, guys. We don't even need Fullmetal Dragon. Yeah, this will work. Now I'll drop the Red Ice Fusion right now. So that first and foremost. Fusing together Soul with Black Meteor. Comet. Now Comet, your effect. Sending off a Flare. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone Flare. I'm going to send off this anyway. So I might as well try to go for Zoa whenever I get the chance. Place that. These for the next turn. He's going to immediately go for the soul. Let's bring him in. Okay, they got response over there. Okay. Because it's better now. Say they didn't use it on Black Meteor. They didn't use it on Comet. Wow, okay. I may not be able to wait on this. Yeah, I'm going to go for it now. Just from seeing that, think I'm going to need Fullmetal. And Comet's going to go off XD. Do I even want Comet? They don't have Onk or they're bluffing. Okay. Okay. Can't Onk not... No. Onk can be negated. But it can't be if they have the other guy, the Golem. Oh, there's Golem. So, 50 life points. They're still trying, though. I mean, there is that Millennium green bird thing that can give them their life points back. I'm gonna play around with stuff on the desk right now. Is that what you're hoping for? Because I'd have to activate a card effect for that to go off. Now, I'm thinking there's not much Exodia can do at 50 life points. That's why they had to stop Red Ice Soul. I'm just going to take Sangagen. Just in case they can stop Fullmetal. No, that's it. Yeah, I had the going first advantage with the burn deck. Sometimes just not much you can do about it. I just recorded some duels without capturing any audio, which means that this one is going to have to be in the form of a replay, which isn't good, but it's also not too bad, since it's so difficult to get any decent duels in Master Duel. Really didn't lose much. There's only this duel I even have any reason to show. So I might as well get into that. My opponent chose to go first, which of course means that I have a hand that could possibly result in a Flamemetal. Hindsight is actually better I went second, because whether I tried to add or search, there is an Ash Blossom in their hand. And I did end up with a Swords and Concealing Light, so that's not bad at all. But the real card that is going to be shown off here is the Metal Coating. Because I am using Swordsman, but I don't have a way to summon it, since Gearfried is the only warrior I have. But it's level 4. Let's get started with my opponent's turn. So, Dogmatica, which isn't bad, since I am going to be summoning from my deck, because these Metalmorph cards come from the main deck, nothing from the extra deck. So that's not bad. Oh, things are bad, because it's actually Labyrinth. Just a ploy to make me have some hope. And I draw Rise Fusion. So here's my entire hand I get to start with. First going to be Metalflame, Swordsman. Activate a trap in response to, summon, now they're getting to play on my turn. Name that thing they can summon. So set Metal Dragon, summon, Metal Dragon, as I said, Ash Blossom in hand. But it didn't stop the add of Metal Claws. It looks like that's going to cost them. Then I'm going to attack. But before, they can destroy my card by targeting it, sending something to the graveyard to destroy it. I'm going to Flamemetal Coating, which since Metal Claws mentions Max Metalmorph somewhere on here, it can be traded in, yes, for Metalflame. So that's how I summon it. Which, that is a stand-in for Flamemetal. Except it also gains 300 attack. And thanks to this card, it also can be, well, it's not immune to destruction, like a Flamemetal would be. But it can't be destroyed by battle either. Once. And so I got my Swordsman here, who's now going to continue the attack that the late Metal Claws was going for. So that's 1,000 damage already. So let's see some card effects. No card effects, but they are going to attack, which Metalflame can tank. However, that's our only one. And they set a Ice Dragon's Prison, which might mean something later. And there's so many trap cards that you can just add. And now here comes the destruction of Metalflame. But before they do that, they decide to make this enormous chain of card effects that just... Look at this, they're going to take 2,000 damage. That's why they did that. Oh, and also, instead of destroying the 4,000 attack burning monster, they destroy my Fangwood Chain instead. I'm not sure what you think I have face down, and why your Labyrinth cards wouldn't be able to deal with it. But okay, I keep my Metalflame Swordsman, which gives you another round of burn. So now I draw. A very poor draw, because this won't be able to do anything on summon. Because this is not Max Metalmorph. It mentions Max Metalmorph, but this has to have specifically Max Metalmorph in the grave. But I do have Red Ice Fusion, which, well, first I'm going to set everything face down. And then I'm going to Red Ice Fuse. Now, I have two options. My Comet Dragon or Slash Dragon. Now, something I always have to deal with when playing against Labyrinth is Big Welcome. Which, if they have the level 8 or higher Fiend, target a card, send it back to the hand. All their cards are face down, so they don't control Fiend, so whatever I summon is going to be safe for the time. But I'm thinking of the future. So I go for Slash Dragon. Bad move. Because they have Ice Dragon's Prison. Now, I had thought that since it was set by Lady, that they would need a Fiend monster to activate it. That does not say that. That is Lovely's effect, which they get a card from the graveyard. So I made a big mistake. I should have just summoned the Comet, because that would be up to 1700 damage if I sent Fullmetal. And I'd be way ahead in life points at that point. So yeah, I think I summon my Metal Claws. And I'm just going to attack into that thing. That lady that set that. Why is there such a card? Why does it have to be such a counter? Yeah, the only way I would get out of that is if I had Red Ice Spirit set. But even then, I wouldn't be able to activate it since I have Red Ice fused. Here we are, summoning more Labyrinth monsters. They're still taking damage, and they just add their field spell, so they're gonna take damage just by using it. And a Trap Trick, getting really low. I did not realize this thing had a... Why does this need this? Why do they have so much recursion in every way? And also my Swordsman's at 6,000 attack, but it gets sent back to my hand like I thought it would. But look at their life points. Which... maybe if I used Comet and used its effect and burned them, they would have done things differently. So maybe they wouldn't have activated all those frivolous effects while Metalflame was face up. But, you know, in case they couldn't, I really should have just summoned the Comet and gotten some value. Because Slash Dragon wasn't able to do anything. And I get attacked. Their cards can't face up. Alright, so now they have at least 2 cards I don't know about in a big Welcome Labyrinth. And then this thing that adds destruction to a Labyrinth. And I draw Metalzoa X. So I'm going to immediately use send max Metalmorph. And I use Metalflame to get max Metalmorph. So I can set it, summon Claws. Claws, I can add enough coating to my hand. And I'm going to go for the game again, but it's Daruma Cannon. This thing is another big counter to every deck I use. I don't know why Labyrinth has to use all of them. Seems like there's a trap for everything. But I'm just gonna Metalmorph anyway. Seems like the best idea. They're also using Dominus Impulse, which negates summons. Which, I mean, why not use it? I don't care about Light Earth Wind. It's Fullmetal summoned. Immediately goes away. However, usually Labyrinth would just flip their cards face up, but since Swordsman Stealing Light's still here, they can't change their battle positions. So they essentially just reset my swords, which now just went away. And I draw. It's Return to Red Eyes. It's really bad. I'm going to attack Lady Labyrinth like it means something, as if it's not just going to replace itself. So negate that. No damage because they have nothing face up. But now they do have a face-up monster, with 0 attack, of course. And I could have negated that big Welcome Labyrinth. But I'm not sure I would have been able to keep Fullmetal going. So I was just hoping that they would summon something that I could burn them with, but did not happen. I probably should have just kept... probably should have negated it anyway. Maybe I would have had a chance. Turn the red eyes. End of the game. So if my opponent played the exact same way that they did, I should have just summoned Comet, gotten some burn damage, and hope that my Metalflame could have just kept the burn damage going. But it did do really well. Because they were just underestimating it. It was able to get all that damage. So it's just like a substitute for Flamemetal. Exactly the same amount of burn damage, exact same conditions. Except it can kind of get out of hand more than a Flamemetal can. Once again, it's a bit redundant. But with these three, it doesn't really matter. Metalflame. I see. Okay. Then I'll change course. Throw it. Do it. Dare you. Rise Fusion. With this, I will fuse together. Fuse together. Black Flare and Meteor. Together they make Comet Dragon. Oh, you drolled yourself. That is so... Oh, it's tragic. I don't even know what to say. That's from the main deck, right? Oh, I can burn you then. And then use Incoming Machine to get my Fullmetal. And if Fullmetal's effect, I can set Coating. That goes face down. I end my turn. Just see, they're gonna impermanence my... I mean, I wasn't going to... use this until they control the card. But I don't know why you do that right now. So I have to do this before they... No, that won't actually work. Alright, go ahead. I know you gotta be careful about transmigration. Your Cypher Dragon. We're gonna try to steal. But I can Metalmorph. Unless you got something to stop it. You don't. Maybe a bit risky. Put this thing into attack, but look, it's got 3,800, and if I need to get rid of it, put it in defense, I can do that. Alright, let's use Comet. I think I just chain blocked myself. Whatever. I think it's gonna... It's going to summon a Galaxy Eyes, and then I'd love to give me an attack boost. Cypher Blade. Okay. Destroy max Metalmorph. I mean, that's fine by me. Okay. They didn't activate the effect of that. Oh, because they couldn't target it. Yeah. Alright. So I got my... Actually got to my turn. I will... Red Eyes Fuse. Going for Slash Dragon. Coming out, Slash. Now, we'll see if they have a Galactic Karibo. Slash, you get your Gear Freed. Destroyed. Special summon a Cypher. No. Can't allow that. And direct attack. So we're not quite done yet. And my turn. Something you can do against Slash, Fullmetal? Or is this the end for you? It is the end for you. Alright, yeah. That is Incoming Machine against Droll and Lockbird. Like it wasn't even there. 2 Incoming Machines, which are both usable. Because this effect only refers to this. Nice. What's not so nice is the Kashtira that is over there. If I use a monster effect, I'll immediately lose my deck. That's what they go for. Goes incoming. You want to stop it? Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. Got max Metalmorph. Now you wouldn't use this and not use the trap, right? Which, oh, they did that. They did add it, so it definitely is face down. Missed that part. Well, let's use Rise Fusion. A Maxi. Now, am I really going for Slash Dragon? I think I am. I'm just a Slash fanatic. Now, I'm a bit worried right now, so I'm going to add Fullmetal to my hand so it doesn't get banished. Equipping black metal. Nice attack boost right there. Got nothing in response to that. Spirit, Cry, Metal Claws, Black Meteor, Dark Hole. So my next draw is gonna be Rise Spirit. Let's see. Alright. It's time for battle. Slash attacks that garbage. Its effect activates to equip gear freed from my grave to itself. No objections? Forbidden Droplet. That's not fantastic. Can't really change the number of monsters on the field right now. So my Slash is going to lose its effects and be brought down to 17. And die. But I do get a medal out of this. Medal. A medal for everyone. Okay. I'll use my main phase 2 then. I'll use my Red Eye's Insight. Sending off a meteor. This gets me a spirit. Now, how am I going to do things? We'll see. So right now, I'm just going to set everything. Fullmetal, you're also going to set something. You are setting... Metalmorph. There's no reason to destroy the ogre, because they'd immediately get it back. Because this does... Actually, no, that doesn't do graveyard, does it? Immediate Red Eye Spirit. If they have Called by the Grave, I am absolutely out of it. You don't. You don't. You wouldn't be able to do that. No way. I'm branching a card in my hand. Well, I guess I should have just used the Dark Hole anyway. Use Metalmorph. Equip it to my Slash Dragon. Let me say that. I'm also going to activate my Return of the Red Eyes. Targeting my Red Eyes. What do you say to that? Nothing? Alright, Red Eyes. Yeah, I only have a Dark Hole. You ready for your Fullmetal makeover, Red Eyes? Here it is. Go get him. Fullmetal Dragon. Move and equip. Should watch yourself. Slash has 2 ammo. And... What else is there? Big Bang? You can have Big Bang. I'm gonna wait for something more... more dangerous than what they have right now. Not too worried about Kashdira. It's still not strong enough to beat anything I have. Okay, got a Big Bang. But what's the next play? You don't have Birth, I would assume. Unless you just drew it. You don't have it. Moon. You believe this? No face-up monsters, or the only face-up monster is a special summoned Fiendsmith tokens. I have not seen this card played yet. You only attack with Fiend monsters from now on. Special summon a Fiendsmith monster. Look, I'm just waiting. Waiting on, I'm not sure. Sequence is a good negate. I probably will go for this one. You got me. I have to use it. Could it be another? $1,200 damage, I just gotta take that. I didn't even check if they've tracked. They don't. So Engraver can summon itself. Which means they can continue linking, and I don't believe they are locked into Fiends at all. But they can only attack this turn with Fiendsmith monsters. Uh-huh. I'm gonna banish something of mine. This can't be targeted, so it's either Slash Dragon or one of my traps. Which will you go for? Up to you. Going with Slash Dragon. An excellent choice. Now, when they try to banish, do I let them do that? Because I could also get rid of Max Metalmorph. That's not worth it. I'm just gonna let that one slide. Slash Dragon will come back. It's negated. It was managing the same thing. And they get their Kashtira monster. Putting my faith in Max Metalmorph. That I wouldn't need the Slash Dragon for now. I've already used it in the game. So I can summon Ogre or something I don't know about in their hand. Because they can't go for the Scareclaw. How many choices could you possibly have? And they definitely don't have a Kashtira in their hand, or they would have just summoned it while they controlled no monsters. End phase on that. Okay. I get my Slash back. Silver's Cry. Well, I'll set it and go to battle phase. Alright, we'll then attack with Slash Dragon. No effect. I'm going to attack with Fullmetal Dragon. Activating the effect of Slash Dragon, equipping Gear Free. That's what I was hoping you'd do, because I just realized I missed out on it. But now that you have activated it, I can now burn you for the attack of your ogre. Nope. And this game is over, because I have Return of the Red Eyes, bringing back Red Eyes Black Dragon. My Red Eyes got a technique called Inferno Fire Blast to end this duel. I told you that Metalmorph would come in handy. And it works with Slash Dragon. Though I say that Slash Dragon works well with any equip card. But just that the attack boost is very welcome when Slash Dragon's own attack increase from its ability is so lacking. So the Max Metalmorph stuff I added. Only added 3. There's the 2 other monsters that can be summoned, and then the coating. Which is not much of a change, but it's definitely better than a legacy Metal Dragon. But there's plenty of Max Metalmorph cards set up over here. So while I'm not using them, might as well give a little talk. Let's go down the list here. Illusionist. This card I don't really like, and I don't see myself using it. I already have normal summons to use, as well as just setting black metal. So there's really no room for a normal summon. And this thing makes using the Metalmorph cards very easy, because anyone you want. You don't have to be playing a Dragon Fiend or Warrior. You can just be using this, and it's going to become level 5, and it becomes this declared type. Which just makes it seem a bit too easy to use. But if Metalmorph is going to be its own deck, it kind of needs this kind of thing. Though I feel if it's going to be based off of Copycat, it should copy the type of a monster that's in your hand or grave or opponent controls, so it can change itself to that. But any recommendations I have to change this card are just going to make it worse. So maybe I shouldn't be in control of saying how Metal Illusionist should be. But it has the very common effect to set a Metalmorph trap. Which, this one's special because it also draws a card if Max Metalmorph is in the grave. Which if you're starting out with this card, Max Metalmorph is probably not in the grave, so you're not going to be drawing a card. But since it's part of the effect, this card can still be stopped by Ash Blossom or Dominus Purge. Which is silly, because usually setting cards from the deck is a way to get around those types of cards. Draw and Lockbird, Ash Blossom, those two things, using the main reason why you want to set. But then this thing just has this extra add-on that makes it lose to one of them. It still works around draw unless you actually draw the card. And then the other monster that's supposed to get things started is Zoa the Fiendish Beast, which I'm not using in this deck. I could have, but as you saw, I brought my own. Which, since it's a just Red Eyes monster that's normal in the grave, it's kind of easier for me to get it in the graveyard and then bring it to the field later. Or just summon it off a soul, as I actually did, to get that Fiend monster. And, synergy with all the Red Eyes cards as well. But this one, I suppose it's more of going second, because you can normal summon it without tributing. Although you can special summon it, but if there's no max Metalmorph in the grave, your opponent also gets to summon. Which is a very risky thing to do. Because your opponent has a special summonable monster, they could get set up on your turn. And then be able to use those once per turn effects also on their turn. It's definitely a very... I guess it's balanced. I'm always saying this game should be more balanced, and here's a card that has that. Though, of all the cards, why Zoa? But yes, it can also set a Metalmorph trap from the deck as well, which is good. Maybe there's a reason you would want to let your opponent summon. It may be if you have a talent in your hand. You make them summon an effect monster, use that effect, and then, nope, you're going to use talents on them. Though, you're really better off not letting your opponent do that. And the card designers at Konami must have seen how this secondary effect and this special summon effect weren't working out too well. And that Metalmorph was just slow in general. And so, a card that isn't even released in a TCG yet, this is my first time using it, they released this Hindsight card, Metal Claws, which is probably one of the best cards in this entire thing. Especially if you're playing Red Eyes, since it's a level 7 Red Eyes. But Metalmorph traps can activate the turn they are set. This card can summon itself by sending any face-down card away. And then if Max Metalmorph is in the grave, so you can send Max Metalmorph to the grave to summon it. And then you can add a Metalmorph from deck, graveyard to hand. So this sends the Metalmorph away, which enables these two to use their abilities more efficiently. And then when you have those Metalmorph traps, you can just use them on the first turn. So this thing clearly is here to be the best card in the deck. It is really everything you could want. Let's look at it. It's a Red Eyes. Amazing. And it also helps that it's a dragon, so it becomes probably the best card you can summon with the Max Metalmorph. Which you can't say that is a coincidence, that the best cards in this deck are Red Eyes monsters. Well, obviously Red Eyes is one of the main users of Metalmorph, the other one being Zoa. But Red Eyes has always proven to be the superior monster. Also, I have a theory that there is a group of people at Konami designing cards that really like Red Eyes. But every time they bring up an idea for a Red Eyes card, it gets shut down because Red Eyes doesn't sell well enough. So they came up with a plan to make a Metalmorph themed deck, but make the Red Eyes monsters the best. So that has a way of just being a Metalmorph deck, but also buffing up Red Eyes at the same time. Which, it makes the Red Eyes stuff more generic. But if that's what it takes, next up will be Metalflame Swordsman, which you summon by tributing a warrior. This card adds a card that mentions Max Metalmorph. So along with incoming machine, it also can search out the Metal Claws Dragon. As I said how good Metal Claws is, I'm only using 2, because there's just so many ways to search it. Swordsman. Another copy of Flamemetal Dragon. 500 damage every card effect. Plus 300 attack. Let's go to Zoa, which, attributing a level 5 or higher fiend, summons it. And of course it has the set effects, which differs a bit from the Metalflame Swordsman. I guess you gotta give them some different effects. We can't just all set a Metalmorph trap. It's Metalzoa. It's got twice per turn effect. That in response to a monster or spell, can destroy a face-up monster by targeting it. Now Zoa, as you can say, this is the weakest one. I had to say that's right, because it reminds me of Lore of the Red, where it has 2 destructions, but this can only destroy monsters, and it can't respond to trap cards. And why can't Metalzoa X respond to a trap card? It's because it's scared of them. Because the original Metalzoa was destroyed by a trap card when it attacked. So that would be the reason. Metalzoa X is traumatized, and therefore cannot respond to trap cards. Though I feel that's probably an effect that all of these should have. Which I know it would have made that Labyrinth game a lot worse for me. But Metalflame Swordsman, maybe it can't do 500 damage in response to a trap card. And maybe Fullmetal can't respond to trap cards with its negate. I dueled against a fellow Red Eyes Metalmorph deck. It wasn't too interesting because I just got completely washed. Just didn't have a good enough opening. But I tried to steal their Fullmetal with a Fangwood Chain, which would have been really nice if it couldn't respond to that, instead of just having a blanket negate. So really, Zoa X, I think, had the right idea, where it doesn't have a response to trap cards. Because, trap cards aren't too strong, are they? Time Engine. Where the monster is destroyed, target it, bring it back, and then if it is one of the monsters that is a machine, and you got Metalmorph Trap, destroy your opponent's monsters and inflict damage to them. I'm not playing this one, because it was between that and Red Eye Spirit. And Red Eye Spirit is just going to be better, because my monsters are mainly Red Eyes, and the machines in here are very slim. We're mostly dragons. So I'm likely not going to get the most advantage off of this, since Spirit can just bring back whatever, whenever, as long as it's a Red Eyes. The next step for Metalmorph, I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously, the deck is missing a warrior. So I suppose a Flame Swordsman monster wouldn't be out of line, since we got Metalflame Swordsman. Where's the Metalmorph setting Swordsman? Or maybe, oh yeah, what I was thinking was a Barrel Dragon. Since this was Keith's card to begin with, why not have a Metalmorph-related Barrel Dragon? There is a Barrel Dragon that would work in this deck, because, we got dark machine monsters. It wasn't worth me putting it in, but, this could also work in the deck, the Desperado Barrel Dragon. Yeah, Metalmorph. It may not be the best strategy, but I think it's cool, and luckily, it has a lot of bridges in the best cards with Red Eyes, which, it's nice for me. Red Eyes isn't even done improving. There's still Primite, which was delayed because of Blue Eyes. But as of recording this, it releases tomorrow, which I anticipated it to be, a couple months, so that people could play Blue Eyes and be wanting more, and then they release the Primate cards and sell a lot of those packs. But maybe the Master Duel development team saw that Blue Eyes wasn't performing quite as well as they would have liked, so they're just gonna let them have it, which I really can't complain about, since I can also make great use of those cards. There's an oil monster, our guy Red Eyes, ready to release all of that potential